Hi, I'm Bonnie Gill,
Mark Manhart.
and we're going to talk about the Grand Ole Players Company.
Yeah,
Today we're talking about On Golden Pond.
that was a movie, a play. It's like a terrific thing that came out.
And a very famous song came out of that. And who was
Is
the
that right?
who was the play written by?
Ernest Thompson.
And the movie was a big hit for Jane Fonda with her father, Henry,
Yeah.
and Katharine Hepburn. But we're going to talk about the play and the value of using a play like this to put experienced veteran actors together with brand new actors.
Yeah, and it was also really played. What came into it a lot was the generation, the older generation,
Yes,
the younger
yes.
generation, and then the boys, the young
Yeah,
kids.
the grandson.
Yeah,
And what was nice, that those types of shows always worked really well at the Grand Ole Players, the
the
generation.
generational thing.
Anyway, we had John Flowers,
Oh,
who was
John.
a very singular, who was a very experienced actor at the Playhouse.
The
Did a
Omaha
lot of
Community
shows.
Playhouse, great company.
And Mary Brooke was actually working in our box office. She was an accountant by trade.
She was big in this company with finances. She knew how to handle
Right.
money. Gee,
But she had taken a theater class that we taught at
yeah,
through Metro Community College, and we encouraged her to try out. She got the part
yeah.
of
You
Ethel
couldn't.
Thayer.
She tried out. That was it.
Well,
was-
that was the nice thing about working with older actors. A lot of times the character was already there.
It's already there.
So she didn't have to fake it. She just had to learn
Yeah.
lines.
You may have to take a little more time with these people, which is courteous, which is respectful, but you can't make up that real character in there.
And that really probably was one of the highlights of her life
Yeah.
because she also worked on our groups list, remember?
Yeah,
And
right.
she was always doing a lot of work behind the scenes. So for her to come in, I think this is the only show she ever did, but it was a part made for her. And
Her husband was very supportive of it too.
and then we also with this we'd had our theater operating for 10 years, and we brought in a director, Larry Fortney. He had been directing at Westside for years,
Yeah.
and was either in the process of retiring or had already
Yeah, he
retired.
was kind of doing that.
And we were getting pretty tired ourselves, and so it's always nice to bring in another director. We had Roland too from the beginning, but it's nice if you bring in new blood, both directing
wow.
and acting. It
Yeah.
just keeps the company going, don't you
It
think?
brings fresh ideas. It's like four eyes. That you need 4 or 6 eyes to see things.
And it also brings in fresh people because here Larry had this long history of teaching in high school, Westside High in this case, but he knew a lot of people. And I remember the daughter, she was a counselor at Central High.
Yeah.
And Mark Allen, he
Yeah,
played
that's a fellow
the boyfriend. He was
at a different school.
yeah, he was he had done things with the press club, the Omaha Press Club,
Yeah.
and he was also a drama director in the Omaha Arts. And
he came
so it was
loaded, I'll
nice,
tell you.
yeah, to have different actors that we hadn't worked with and a director. And then because this particular story had a small child in it, the grandson, Larry cast 2 people to do that part because he was aware that a nightly show might be a little bit much for a
Yeah,
child.
for a
So
kid. But they got along so well as a cast. That came out in the production of what the story was about.
right.
You know.
Well, and if you don't know the story, the grandparents are at their cabin house,
Yeah.
and the daughter comes home and she wants to go off with this new guy that she's met.
Yeah.
And she's
Here we go
estranged.
again.
She's estranged from her father, especially. So they
Henry
leave.
Fonda played.
Yeah,
it,
they leave the grandson with the grandparents, and that way they build a relationship with him too. So
It's great to there's things that happen in life that you can't think up, and it's when you find something like that, it's like it gives you all you need to know about the generation gap or something like that.
Or relationships.
Yeah,
I mean that's a beautiful
relationship.
part about theater.
It's just you see we're watching a show on TV now, kind of a series, and you can tell how wonderfully written that play is. So
The other thing is there's the theme song that came from that. I'm working on that right now on the piano because
we'll get the phone later.
It's a beautiful, beautiful theme song that you would da 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 da. Yeah, you'd recognize it if you heard it.
She's the musician of the family here, folks. I can't carry a bucket.
Anyway, get out there and support live theater.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us.
Get your head and your mind into it. You'll love it.
You can find these videos on YouTube, and you can also find a link to them on our website, goptheater.org.
The Grand Ole Players Theater. Very happy to have you again. We got to get the phone.